Hi everyone, welcome to my page. I'm Peggy. I'm your 68-year-old, well almost next month, your 68-year-old makeup artist from Seint. Now, normally I share with you our one compact and our one brush to do your entire face of makeup. Well, I'm actually going to show you my makeup bag and my palette today. You can have this palette, you can build it to custom color match you. These are the brushes I'm going to use today. I'm going to show you exactly what my makeup routine is when I am getting dressed and not online and sharing with you. I'm just going to tell you exactly what I do. Again, this is my makeup bag. It contains my foundation, which are these three shades. They're cream makeup, but it's these three shades. I'm going to use a Lip&Cheek today called Cienega. I have an Illuminator, I have a bronzer, and I have other Lip&Cheek shades as well. And here I have my eyeshadows, my setting powder, and two powder illuminators that I like to use as well. Again, normally you see me with this one palette and one brush, and yes, that's really all that you need. However, if you like to be that little bit extra like me, get a larger palette and start to build your collection when you're packing to go somewhere, or if you just want to go somewhere with a little touch-up. This is your makeup bag. This is what sits on your vanity. It's nice. Everything's where it needs to be. What could be better? I'm going to show you exactly what I do because, like I say, this is my makeup brush or my makeup bag. I'm going to start with the smudge brush to place. Normally I would use my finger, but just today I'm going to show you everything that I do. So this is the smudge brush, and again, we use three shades to create that one layer of makeup. So I'm just going to tap into my contour shade. Contour is your friends, lady. It really is. Look at that. It's a dark shade, and what does it do? It creates shadows. That's exactly what it does. So what we're doing is we're defining our faces, and we're giving it more depth and definition. Contour is your friend. Had I ever used contour before, Seint? No. I had no clue what it was. I didn't know where it went. It's wonderful, though, for defining the face. And where does it go? It goes on the hard parts of your face, like your forehead, right here along that cheekbone, right on the cheekbone. What we're doing is lifting the face, and we're also defining these cheeks. So here we go, right along the cheekbone. And does it have to be perfectly even? No, because you can correct that in the blending. If anybody ever got it perfect, hey, you're better than me because I never do. Now we're going to come and define my jawline. I'm going to start right past this jowl right here and go straight up towards the bottom of my ear. Now notice it's not up on my face, it's right on the jawline. That's where you want to place it. Just past that jowl where that little fatty part is, and then up towards the bottom part of the ear. Now, I have a turkey neck and I have wrinkles on my neck. That's not something I want you to see when you look at me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to camouflage that too. I'm going to start right here at this divot of the jowl, go underneath my neck, and then connect it to this other divot. Now, did you see the shadow that created? We're going to blend that in just a minute. We're not going to leave these distinct lines, but it moves your chin forward and gives you more of a, what can I say, more of a chiseled look. And it also camouflages either the double chin or the turkey neck that you may have. The other thing, I'm just going to tap into my contour, and I'm going to contour my nose. Notice how I'm staying on the top of the nose. I'm not going to the side. What you're looking for is that natural shadow that's on your nose, and we're going to give that just a little bit more pronounced so that the nose is going to, or my nose is going to appear just a little bit narrower. and a little bit more elongated to just give a little bit more of a pleasant look. All of this is me, only a little bit better. And again, this is my makeup bag that sits on my counter in my bathroom. Now, the next thing we're going to do is go to our brightening highlight. Why do we use a brightener? Why are we using 3 shades to create 1 layer of makeup? Because we are basically defining the face, we're brightening the face, and then we're going to fill in with our main shade. But the brightening shade is going to be a lighter shade than what you would normally use on your face. Sort of like what a lot of the girls use as a concealer. But we're not going to use it because as a concealer because we are brightening, we're not concealing anything. So here we go. We're going to brighten the center of the face. So we're going to go between the eyebrows. Then we're going to come right down the center, or as close to the center as we can get it. A lot of times I don't get it perfect. But right down the center of the nose between those 2 contour lines that we made. Now look how much narrower my nose looks. It's a little bit longer. It's just a more pleasant of a look. Again, this is me, only a little bit better. Now we're going to continue with our brightener. We're going to brighten the center of our face, which is going to be the Cupid's bow and the center of the chin. Now, we need to brighten the eyes. No one has ugly eyes, so you want to highlight your eyes to take the emphasis away from the things that we have going on down here, like these marionette lines. Again, at almost 68, I will be next month. It is what it is. So we're going to tap into our brightening shade, and again, we're going to just come to the outer corner and the inner corner of the eye. We're not going to go underneath it with product. I have crepe skin under my eyes, so the least little bit of product, the better. So we're just going to put a little bit under there. It's a cream, so it's not going to settle into your fine lines and wrinkles or this crepe skin that is under your eye. Now, you can also put a little bit on your eyelids of your brightener just to get it ready for eyeshadow or just to give you more of a finished look. So now we have our contour and we have our brightener in the center of our face. But what about all this other stuff that doesn't have anything? That's where your main highlight comes in. It's like a filler shade. So we're going to tap into it, and we're just going to put the least little bit of product where we have nothing else. Like in our bearded area, if we were a man, I like to catch the corner of my nose because I have rosacea and I'm always red there. So we're just going to tap this around where there is nothing else and no other makeup. And I'm using the Smudge Brush today. Like I say, for those of you who just joined, I'm doing the whole schmeal today. Every brush that I use, even though you only need the 4 shades and 1 brush, I'm going to just show you what your collection can be if you so choose. So here we go. We are just adding. Again, the Smudge Brush is wonderful to place your makeup with. It's easy on the hands if your hands aren't steady, and if you have dexterity issues, or you just don't want to use your finger. There you go. You can place with the Smudge Brush. So here we go. We are putting our main shade up here where we have nothing else. So here are the 3 shades. We have our contour shade, which is your dark shade to create the shadow. Our main shade, which is like a filler shade. And then we have our brightening highlight, which brightens the center of the face. You are finished with the placement. Now, I'm going to put the Smudge Brush down, and I'm going to pick up what we call the multitasker brush, if I can find it. I know I put, there it is, the multitasker brush. I'm going to use the shade today for my Lip&Cheek and for my blush, and I'm going to tap into La Cienega. She's a pink. I'm normally not a pink girl, but she is so pretty. There we go. And again, normally I would just use my finger, and that's totally okay. But if you're a lip brush person, we have that too. So here we go. There we go. She is really pretty. I'm not big on pinks, but I love La Cienega. Look how pretty she is. I normally recommend it a lot with my color matches because she is a pretty, she's not too pink. She's not like Barbie pink, but she's just a pretty pink. And then we're also going to tap in and we're going to use her as our blush shade. There we go. Blush goes right above your contour. So right here, high on the cheek, there we go. I love this multitasker brush. It also has a tiny tip there. If you're looking to possibly line your lips, I don't line my lips. I just don't. My hands aren't steady enough and I make a mess. I really do. It's like, it looks like I tried too hard. But if you wanted to use this as your lip brush, it's great. It's what you have. Again, these are not what you need or have to have. The one brush that we're going to blend with, which is our 3D brush, my favorite one. This is the only brush you really need. But if you want to build a collection, I'm just showing you what's available. Now, I'm going to close my makeup bag and put it down because it's time to blend. And then when I finish this, we'll do some eyeshadow, bronzer, and just, we're doing the works. We're totally making me over today. So, I love the 3D brush. This is cream makeup, so it does need to be set. Again, it's totally different and totally foreign from anything we've ever used before. It doesn't go all over the face. We strategically placed it. We're going to strategically blend it. Now, being cream, it needs to be set. This is Seint's setting spray. You can use any type of setting spray or powder that you desire. That is strictly up to you. Hi, how are you today, Sandy? So glad you joined. So now we're going to start the blend. I like to start at my jaw because if I don't, I forget. That's the only reason. You can start wherever you like. The jawline is a darker shade. You can just do the light shades to blend if you like. Now, I'm going to just do simple little circles. I'm barely touching my face. And because you don't want to blend it away. If you blend too heavy, it will blend out. So then we're going to just drag it down our neck. There we go. We're just dragging it down. This is also the only time you want to blend down. You want to blend up because, again, we are lifting. We want the eye to go up, not to concentrate on all these marionette lines and things we have going on down here. Now, the next thing I'm going to do is come to my main shade, and I kind of do the main shade and the brightening shade at the same time because they are very close. But what you want to do, you don't want to swipe. You don't want to do this number and blend everything together. If you do, you'll have a muddy mess because of the contour, and you're not going to like it, and it's not going to be strategic, and it needs to be strategic here. So we're just going to blend. And we're just stippling. Stippling with my damp brush is basically pressing into my skin, and it's making it wear like a second skin. If you feel, when you use this cream makeup, if you feel the makeup on your face, you have too much on. It should wear like a second skin to where you don't even know it's there. And again, you don't want to blend too much. A light hand and less is more. You can always go back and blend a little bit more, add a little bit more if you think you need it. So again, less is more to start with. Now I'm going to flip my brush around to the domed end, and I'm just going to blend gently around the eyes, up on the eyelid, and just spread this makeup where I want it to go and where I want it to stay. Notice how I am tapping. I'm not pulling the eye. Those of you who have crepe skin, if you're of a mature age like I am, you know you don't want to pull because it's like a rubber band, and my rubber band has popped. It goes out, it doesn't go back in. So that's why we want to gently tap and get it to where you have the coverage there, but you don't have all these layers and layers of makeup. There we go. I think we've got that done above the lid. Now, where we contoured the nose, that's real easy to blend out. I like to just use the heat of my fingers and just tap and let that do the blending. There you go. See how you can still see, there's no distinct lines, but you can still see where the contour was. Then we're just going to come up here and continue our stippling and tapping and just come around. Now, again, we're up here with the contour, so what we're going to do is circle, gentle circles, and go all the way up into your hairline. You don't want that white line right there. You just want to go right up into the hairline, and there. For the most part, the blending is done. Now we come to these cheeks, and here we have the distinct lines of the contour. I like to just stipple up and down twice. This is just something I do. It's not a necessity. Then grab it and grab your lip and cheek and go up into the temple. Now, see how the shadow is still there, but you don't have the distinct line like you have over here. So we're just going to do that and then grab it and go up into the temple. There you go. Your makeup is done. Your basic 4 palette, you're here, you're finished, you're done. Well, today, like I said, we are going to do the full Monty, so to speak, and we're going to do everything. So what I'm going to do now is I double set, because this is a little bit, see the glow that Seint gives? I love the glow, but this is a little bit too glowy for me and my taste. So I pick up my blush and bronzer brush, and I'm just going to swipe it into my VanillaDust setting powder and just tap it, and there you go. That tames it or gives you a little bit more of a matte look, which is what I prefer. Again, it's personal preference. You are in control. So you decide what is good and what you need. There we go. Now that is set. What do we do next? I like to do my eyes next. So let's go to the eyeshadow, and I'm going to pick up my eyeshadow brush. Seint has the best eyeshadow brush in my opinion, and mine's the only one that counts. So there you go. Today we're going to use 2 of my favorite shades, and they go really well with La Cienega and the blouse that I have on. It's Midnight and Peppa. I like to use 2 shades, a dark and a light. Just keep it simple. Now, notice how my eyes go down when you're looking at me. Eyeshadow can help you with a lift. It just does. It's kind of like smoke and mirrors, but it works. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold this a little bit differently. I want you to be able to see, but I'm going to tap into Midnight, and I'm going to come over here, and I'm going to look straight into the mirror, and I'm just going to draw a line from the outer corner of my eye and up. Now I'm going to open my eye. I want you to be able to see my eyeshadow, and I do have hooded eyes. So I'm going to let the hood drop, and then I'm just going to drag it over into the crease and on that hood. There you go. Now, can you bring it more on your eyelid towards the outer part of your eye? Of course. There we go. Now, that's placed. So we're going to flip that brush around, and now with the fluffy end, we're going to blend. There we go. Now, this is the easiest eyeshadow I know to do, and I've tried the complicated ones. This one works for me the best. So again, tap with the small end of your eyeshadow brush and draw that line from the outer corner of your eye. You can even drag it over just a little bit on the lid if you like. And then we're going to look and let the hoods drop. Make sure that you can see it and that it is just a little bit even. More times than not, it's not going to be even, but that's okay. Boop, excuse me there. So let me grab another eyeshadow brush. Well, I know I have one over here. Here we go. And we're just going to circle blend. There we go. And again, we're just using the fluffy end of our eyeshadow brush. And I like to, before I come back with my lighter shade that I'm going to put from the center of the eye over, I like to make sure that they're just a little bit even and that you can see it. You want to make see your eyeshadow over that hooded eye. There we go. You just let those hoods drop, relax the eye, look straight forward. You might have to tilt your head down just a little bit. And there we go. Just get them on there. And again, I have crepe skin on there, so you want to be sure you have it blended. There we go. Now, I like to put the eyeshadow brush down and then use my finger. So I'm going to come into Peppa and just put a little bit right in the corner and drag it over. Now, why did I not bring my eyeshadow all the way over? It's because I have the hooded eyes, and do you see that piece of skin that hangs down right here? I don't want to accentuate that, so it looks better if it's the same color as the inner part of the lid. And then we just give it a little bit of a blend to get it all together. And again, on the other eye as well. And I like to use my finger on my shimmer shades simply because it spreads a little bit better, and to me, it adheres a little bit better. So there we go. Give it just a little bit of a blend. There we go. Now, I like to make sure it's a nice smooth transition. So what I do is I then come back to my VanillaDust setting powder, get just a little bit and just tap it over to set it. And that will soften any harsh lines you may still have with your eyeshadow. And it's also going to set it for the day. There you go. Now look how that immediately makes your eye go up when you look at me. And all it is what we did, the way we placed our eyeshadow. Believe me, I will be 68 next month. You can still wear eyeshadow. You can still feel pretty, and you can make it look to where it doesn't accentuate this crepe skin that we have underneath the eye, above the eye, but it also gives you that lift that you need. Now, I notice here, and I tend to be a little bit of a perfectionist, maybe my V is not quite as pointed as I'd like it to be. You can really mess it up if you keep going. So that's when I make myself stop and say, okay, this is good, this is enough. Now, we've done our total foundation, blush, lipstick, and we've done our eyeshadow. So what do we need now? I love bronzer. Yes, bronzer is something to where you can really just accentuate your face in that it gives you a sun-kissed look, whether you've been in the sun or not. And it's not that you look like you have a tan, but it just gives you that little extra oomph. So I'm going to use my Bella bronzer, which is right here, and I'm just going to tap the fluffy end of the blush and bronzer brush and then come right around from above the eyebrow to right over my contour and lip and cheek shade or blush shade. Same thing on the other side, just come around. There we go. Now, that's all you would need to do. But what do I actually do? That's what I'm showing you today. I actually come and catch the jawline as well with a little bit of bronzer just because I like it, and then I drag it down my neck. It just gives you that little extra oomph, just a little bit. And some days, you know, that's all you need. The other thing I like to do is this is a cream Illuminator. Illuminator catches the light. It's beautiful and wonderful for those times that you may want to, a special occasion, an anniversary. Hi, thank you, Colleen. When you're going somewhere, like I say, I used to say mother of the bride. Well, believe me, I am grandmother of the bride now. And who knows, it's like, please, Jesus, soon I'll probably be a great grandmother, which would be wonderful. But we're going to just tap with our finger into Nova, which is an illuminator, and we're just going to see that little bit of light. When you turn your face, it catches that light on the brow bone. We're not doing a whole lot, but you'd be surprised. Now, can you wear this look every day? Absolutely. I usually do this only when I'm going somewhere special. Or now I do wear this to church. I will say I like to be pretty at church. So, but you just that little bit of Illuminator. I like to put it on the brow bone right here on the bridge of my nose, and see again, it's just catching the light just a little bit above the lip and cheek. That helps. There we go, just a little bit above, and see how it's just catching the light. It's not like it's like Illuminator, or like she's got a whole lot of white up there on her brow bone. It's just catching the light just enough to give you that little extra. And there you have it. That is everything. And the beauty of it was I didn't have to dig in a bag. It was all right here. We have a third layer palette too, if you really, really went crazy and wanted to add and make a big collection of lip and cheeks, and because we have a ton of them. And if you wanted to expand your eyeshadow collection. But see how I have all of my powder shades here, and then this is all of my creams. I wouldn't put my powders in with my creams. So you'd want some sort of a double decker if you decided to get the powder and some eyeshadows and things like that. There you go. Again, do you need this? No. Will this do just to do your face and your lipstick and just this brush to blend? Yes. It's strictly up to you. Now, how do you get started with this wonderful makeup that is going to really make you love wearing makeup again? It's going to make you feel pretty again, and it's not going to accentuate or settle into your fine lines and wrinkles that we have in our 60s and 70s. That's real simple. That's what you have me for. I just need a makeup-free selfie in natural light. And how do you do that? You go to a window in your home. You pull back the curtains, you raise the blinds, and you step back about 2 feet from the window. Now, you don't want sunlight coming in. You want natural light coming in. And then again, you're going to be makeup free. I know. I hate that too. But I'm the only one that's going to see it, and I'm going to delete that picture the minute I color match you. So what I want you to do, again, you have natural light coming in. You're about 2 feet from the window. You're going to get your phone. You're going to look directly into it, and you're going to get your face, a little bit of your neck, and your décolleté, if you can, and just shoot a selfie. That's it. And then you're going to send it to me via my link. And I'll have all that information up in the copy once I get off of here. I'll list all of the shades that I used. Again, normally I don't do all of this. I usually a little eyeshadow and my foundation, and that's it. But again, the foundation is 3 shades. I so appreciate and enjoy doing my makeup with you. I'm so glad you joined me today. I really appreciate you. You be the reason someone smiles today. If you haven't followed me, please follow me. I have tons of tips. I break it down to really simple to, like today, we did the whole works. This would get you ready to either just go about your day, or you would be ready for a nice dinner out. I don't know about you, but this is a really cool year for me. I've been out of high school 50 years, and I will be married 50 years this year. So I'm doing everything I can because, again, I still want to look great for that guy of mine. Will he take me makeup free? Any day of the week. But this I do for me. Again, thank you for joining me. You be the reason someone smiles today, and I will see you next time. Bye. I want to tell you too, just really, really quick. The Colormatch is totally free. No obligation to buy.